Another YouTuber quit YouTube. For privacy reasons, he became too popular and too many people approached him and his family. But don't worry, he said that he's gonna be a part of his son's channel, which he promoted. So, nothing's lost, nothing gained either. Welcome back, intellectuals. StopKillingGames.com, that's still time. Our task right now is to get roller mines, but well, we've got a bunch of things to do. It's a puzzle, so we're gonna have to deal with a bunch of elements to it. Try not to die too. That's one thing. Second thing, I tried to start the game and play the game, to record it of course. Problem was one of the mods. Try not to die. Do I want to? That was, well, only 2 damage, and that fortunately didn't kill me either. Very cool. I wanted to start the game and play the game, but the game didn't work because one of the mods got updated, which means it got fucked up. No one asked, no one wanted it to be updated. Everything was working fine, and then the guy repaired it, and it no longer works, to the point where it doesn't even launch episode 1. Half-Life 2 and episode 2 work, but not episode 1. So there's a pod. This is the pod with cargo pod. That's not where we want to go. We want to just take the elevator probably, or run across actually, to level up. Well, heal actually. We will. I could probably run across and crowd jump across and it would have been fine, but since I already waited. So I can call this in. Almost. No, I cannot call this in at all. I guess this is the mandatory part where I need to get here and then that will get me back home. Because that's where the roller mines go. No, this is where I get the roller mine. But they'll attack me, I think, at this point. So there. Which mod is broken? The one that made guns pretty and animations about them pretty. Hopefully, fortunately, it will get fixed because people already complained, me included. So we'll get the... yeah, that's what I meant. I just need one, right? Right. I can tell you I do need just one. Yeah, like that. Now they're gonna have to... Yeah, and we've got similar to what they talked about in the first game. I can't get one from here because that's an enclosed tube. So, like they talk in the first game, if everything falls apart, they've got a way to save the player. Like if you break all the crates, they'll just ordinarily spawn one. They also spawn more roller mines here, but it's more legitimate. Like there is more supply, simply, rather than just needing to ordinarily out of nowhere spawn an entire wooden crate. Yeah.
Oh, you found one.
Yeah, wanna fondle my ball?
Dad taught me how to reset the targeting system on these things. A little extra juice in the right spot, and it's on our side. I'll hold it out where I can work on it.
Yeah, you just need to wave your sonic screwdriver over it and it'll be fixed. Yeah.
There it is. It's a lot more unstable, but it should last long enough to take out the stop.
He taught me to press a button on my universal remote control.
Okay,
Okay.
we can get through now.
Yeah, sure. Casual murder. They're only the victims of this situation. And that just blows up, so that you can't just have one that will forever run your errands and be indestructible because of rigid body. Also, the originals don't have HP, so this one has just a timer. This mechanic, right. We'll see where the travel takes us. In other YouTube news, I think, there is a channel, large one, that has a show where they invite a certain person, and there's one of that, who has some views, and 20 other people who have opposite views. And they have a little bit of an argument, one by one, essentially. And they invited a certain important, or at least, well, important, famous Canadian Kermit. And they wanted to have it being a religion against people without religion, but it turned out that the guy completely failed the argument, so they quickly changed the title of the video to "This guy talking something or another against just random dudes." Yeah, because the argument fucking failed, so there you have it. Right, commentary note, that's good. Oh, there it is. Oh, you're coming with me. I thought you were gonna stop here. Maybe I was clued in by one of the commentary notes telling me that there's a scene that's like that. Also, I think she already commented on this in the original game, Half-Life 2. That is, that's the original. In the second game, yeah, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2. That these are victims and it's horrible and they were people once and they are changed like that. But you know, as long as they stand in our way, it's fine to murder them. Because that's what we need to do.
We wanted to create an atmosphere of urgency in the Citadel, with Alex and the player focused on getting to the core to stop the impending collapse. Initially, we tried to reflect that urgency through Alex's behavior and acting. This proved to be unsustainable, however. If the player didn't choose to advance, Alex eventually ran out of lines or animations and was forced into her very non-urgent idle states. We found that the best approach was for Alex to have such implicit trust in and sympathy with the player that she's always content to proceed at whatever pace the player chooses. Once we adopted this principle, lines where Alex sounded impatient or frustrated with the pace of progress quickly stood out and were cut.
Yeah, that's very important, where there's an there should be an actual timer, or else, you know, the Citadel will collapse and the dark exotic matter something reactor core will explode and kill everything and irradiate it too. So, how do you deal with the end of the world? You know, the dragons are now raising. You should go stop that. But there are side quests. Maybe get an artifact. Maybe do this. Maybe do that. Morrowind got it pretty alright, where there is no urgency, but the prophecy is already in place, so you can take it. And you're specifically told by NPCs, you look like a scrawny ass little nobody straight out of jail. Maybe you should get some experience and get back into the groove. Actually go do missions. Go pick up work from people. It actually says that, so that's pretty cool, because there's no urgency. Here, there's urgency, and we should adhere to that. I should adhere to that. I'm a fucking player who doesn't want to die. Character. I'm embodying a character. Possessing, actually, a character who wouldn't want to die. Both I wouldn't want to, and Gordon wouldn't want to. I wouldn't think. Yeah, don't. I was worried that she would stand here and there would be a problem getting out of there. But fortunately, not this time. Yeah. I would expect something, and yeah, that would be annoying. Especially with me, not only talking but also...
Soldiers.
Guessing they also can't hear you from all the way over there, even though I heard you. So right, they're dead. Do I... No, we just crawl. How does she crawl? Is that realistic? Yeah, crawling is way more realistic than... or easier to deal with than jumping. In other things, talking about jumping and crossing chasms, the commentary note, oh yeah, that's exactly through here, because they were running away. Urgency, like totally. You could speedrun that, and that would be canonically legitimate that you, well, speedrun. You could hunker down or focus, put your nose to the grindstone or something like that, and just go, and they'll be fine. But, you know, we're not doing that. Fortunately, I've got force powers. I don't know if she's gonna have lines saying, oh yeah, try solving the puzzle this way, which solves the puzzle. She shouldn't, but she does have the think. Also, yeah, we've got an improved Alex model, and also textures probably, but it's not the fully modeled one, if you know what I mean. If you don't know, I'll tell you in the next episode. So before this commentary note, the previous commentary note, one of the previous is, talking about crossing the chasm, they had the brainstorming, thinking about, oh, let's have Dog throw them across and that'll be fine, which accomplishes the fact that now Dog is separated from our guys. He won't just destroy everything because he's immortal, and we can have intimate moments and agencies put into the player's hands, unlike Fallout 3, where you end up in the irradiated room and everyone tells you, no, you go, you have to turn it off. No, but I'll die. No, but you gotta do it. And then you could convince one of the people who will also die, or the super mutant that's with you, which is immune to radiation, and he says, nah. Yeah. So they brainstormed a solution, which was also sort of a joke, and there are complaints that, yeah, it kind of comes across as a joke. Where you don't have much agency, like in the first game, well, in Half-Life 2. I'm gonna refer to Half-Life 2 as in the first game, as opposed to Half-Life 1 being the first game, because for ease, I'm noting it down, so it's legitimate. Easier to say. In the original game, we just found a way across eventually, even though the dog picked up the entire wall, and we just entered through a hole and then found our way in. Maybe the hole could have been too small and dog couldn't go through, and that would also put it again in our agency, but also that could be sort of a stretch that we found a way in again, just like the previous one, or ended up in the same spot as the previous one. Right. So obviously we have to use the Jedi Force powers. Yeah, of course, right? Sure, you know, it's what I think about right now is we have experience with the gravity gun because we pick it up and then everything flows back in. Meanwhile, she's not using it. She hasn't been hasn't been using it for a while. So she's no longer thinking with portals, right? She lost the tendency, the habit of thinking with 0-point energy field manipulator to interact with the reality around her. So she doesn't think, oh yeah, just punt it with the gravity gun, maybe. But also she ended up not having any lines saying, try punting it with your gravity gun. Those objects are pretty heavy. Maybe there is a way to pick them up easily. If only we had a device for heavy lifting.
We created a new Citadel destruction set of broken combine panels and prefabs for the interior spaces to help make the Citadel look like it was on the verge of exploding. We also introduced a strong ambient orange color to help sell the fact that the Citadel was in a much different state from the last time the player passed through. The orange atmosphere was justified due to all the fires and smoke inside the Citadel.
I really don't think we should hang around.
Oh yeah, talking of, also this is either dust or crumbled concrete or just dirt in Citadel, which is a problem because two things. They just said, oh yeah, smoke and fires. What's burning? The steel or the dirt? What's burning exactly? What's on fire? Dirt and steel doesn't burn. They could get red hot or, you know, white hot even. They can liquefy. Jet fuel could melt steel beams, but they don't burn. Jet fuel can't burn steel beams. Is it covered in fuel now? Probably not, of course. Obviously it's not. So, don't step on the broken tiles now. Well, now you're gonna have bad luck. Oh yeah, oh, there's this animation too. It wasn't in the original, in the first game, which is happy to. Right? Yeah, and she covers her face. Because she doesn't want the light in her eyes. Also, I'm aiming directly at her and there's some sort of shadow anyway. Right. I don't remember if that was in the first game. Yeah. Steel still on fire. Maybe wires and isolation. Oh yeah, we're jumping it just over. Wires and isolations on them being rubber. But is it really? Is that what's burning? That wasn't what was burning up in the corridor over there. Now this section, yes. Oh, guys, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, it's fine. I was about to be killed. There we go, they had grenades too, and active ones.
We gotta cross through that?
I know, right? Look, don't push me. You could fucking kill me. I don't need the flashlight right now. Man, that reminds me, I'm holding this scanner right now. Oh yeah, sure. I'm holding this... Oh yeah, well, there it goes. So it just breaks if you hold it for too long. Is it like a self-destruction mechanism? Or just to free up the player? As in, you know, not make him think that he can just carry this thing all the way across when he needs it and think that he can solve things with him. The scene where... what you gonna do now when I hold you like an ice cream cone? I'm gonna scream, but not too much.
The primary goal of the first Citadel map is to communicate to players that the Citadel is falling apart. The Vortex was a late addition to the map, in an effort to beef up the idea that the Citadel was becoming a very dangerous place. We had particular difficulty in conveying the danger zone here. In early playtests, players thought that the entire bridge was dangerous at all times. Some additional effects work helped let players know where the dangerous areas were. We would have loved to base more gameplay on this Vortex idea, but we just didn't have the time.
That's fine, you don't have much of a game to go with either. And it also can destroy this thing. So how about I'm gonna wait. And then we're gonna go. I'm supposed to sprint. but I don't have to. So we've saved ourselves a charge of this.
We made it!
Yeah, I know. I made it, definitely. I made us made it. It's all me. Also, the difficulty with this vortex is that it's semi-transparent. It's mostly transparent, actually. It's mostly transparent, and it's represented well, it's a three-dimensional space represented on two-dimensional surface of a monitor. So you don't really know how far is the vortex and where it would get you. But it didn't require sprint that much either. Man, the entire... It's not just a lens effect. The entire world is shaking as evident by this thing. Our battery being moved around. If we move far away, the effect is just not going to be rendered. Right, so that looks familiar, doesn't it? It does. Wait for me here, baby. Oh no, it's fine. There's going to be another one like that. It's not like we're missing out on anything. It's not that I'm wrong, most importantly. That's a dead end. Oh hey, look at that. Oh yeah, it's this.
What went on in here? What the hell are those things? Maybe this console has some useful information. Let me see if I can pin down a path to the core.
I can still deliver Earth, but not without your help. The portal destination is untenable. Surely you can set the relay elsewhere. There's no way I can survive in that
Oh,
environment.
thank God, it's just an old
The
recording.
host body must be joking. I can't cross it. Oh, all right,
Let me see
damn it,
if
if that's what it
I can
takes. Just hurry. He's right behind me. Oh, shit.
What the hell? What the hell was that thing? Whatever that was, it's gone now. Let's get out of here.
Alright, so we had body language, and of course introductions to Advisor or Advisor Grubs. Already capable of psionic attacks, telling us that there's some sort of psionic or magic going on in this world, or at least in one of the universes. So, commentary notes, let's go.
We revealed the pod here to let players see it up close. At the same time, we didn't want players to get too good a look at what's inside. An old version of the scene had the pod simply hanging from the ceiling. It would burst open and then charge up your gravity gun, but not do much else. The current scene gives us a much more dramatic reveal of the pod, and an opportunity to introduce the mind blasts it's capable of emitting. Though they don't play a large role in Episode 1, these guys were a functional requirement of Episode 2, which meant we effectively had to ship a piece of that episode early.
Foreshadowing, yeah, that couldn't be good. Of course it's a great fucking idea to foreshadow things.
We decided this space needed to look unique and appear to have more significance than the rest of the Citadel areas the player had already traveled through, while at the same time feeling as though it was still made with Combine technology. This room introduces a story point that plays a big role in Episode 2, so the player has to feel like something important is going on in here. A different fog setting as well as different light styles and configurations helped achieve this. The red lighting is a good contrast to the traditional blue-green colors of the Citadel.
Is it really, considering that everything's on fire and orange and red anyway? Right now, at least. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't know, there's a big event going on in second episode. Fucking making the game almost infamous.
It's important that the player has some empathy for Alex, rather than seeing her as just a bullet-spitting robot. The brief recovery scene after the pod mind attack reminds the player that Alex is also affected by events in the world.
That's right. But you know, maybe not a robot, but getting all vulnerable like that. All of a sudden, oh hey, that's the area, looking all nice and shit. We've saved the battery. Wait for me here this time. That turns out pretty quickly. Don't worry, it only tickles. Confiscation failed. Nay. It's been thrown away so far.
It's doing something to the gravity gun.
Yeah, you think? We've already seen it in this state.
Portal reaction.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
I'd say their security device backfired. It'll sure come in handy if it stays that way.
Yeah, there we go. It will stay like that for a little while, at least. So, since now we're actually armed for the Citadel, they'll start throwing enemies at us. And since we've got a loading zone, it's a perfect opportunity to finish for today. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with your friends. Check out the RGB rave around the like and subscribe button, and if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault.